Happy Sunday. Today I wanted to show you guys the bookmark that I made from the Fawn Stitch bookmark die set. Now I did add the little mice to it, but this is what I'm going to be making today. So this is the little bookmark that is very dimensional, as you can see, and I'm going to show you guys how I put this together, so stay tuned. So for today's project, what I'm going to be making is the Stitch bookmark from Fawn, and this is the example that I have for you guys. Now, I did put this one together as soon as I got this set, which I've had for quite a while. I mean, not like super long, but long enough. And what I did with this guy is I ended up cutting a few layers to give it a little bit of dimension. I've really gotten back into reading lately, and I love making these little bookmarks. So you get the stitched outline, and if you just use this, it's going to give you a full bookmark. And then you have these little window dies, which adds the little shelves into your bookmark. And then you have a light bulb, a little plant, and a little vase. And then you have the stabilizing pieces for the top of it. You also get this super cute stack of little books. So what I'm going to do is take a piece of wood grain cardstock from Brutus Monroe, and I'm going to use the scorched timber distress oxide to ink this up before I run this through my die machine. I don't know, I just really like this wood grain look that came out on this one. So I'm just going to use just a regular old blending brush and some scorched timber. Now I do need to get a few new brushes. It's been quite a while. But have you guys seen this set? What do you think about it? Have you used it? I really, like I said, I enjoy it because I have been getting really back into reading. And usually when I'm crafting, I like to listen to audiobooks. And it's very hard to do and do a voiceover at the same time. Also, I am not concerned if this is not like super blended. I want this to look a little bit more distressed than anything. So I'm just like lightly going over with the scorched timber and maybe catching a couple spots where it didn't quite pick up. I'm really bad about putting my fingertips in here. And I'm trying my best not to shake my camera because it is not super stable on my desk right now. So here's what it looks like all inked up. And it's not, like I said, it's not a lot. It's not super dark. I may even go back in again after I've die cut out the bookmark. I am going to be using my Impress machine, which I have really been enjoying. It has been so much easier to use than my Gemini. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love my Gemini, but this has been such a lifesaver, and it cuts so smoothly. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and line this up, and then I'm going to take this window die and kind of try to center it the best I can. I think the best thing about this Impress is this magnetic mat. I'm able just to set my dies down. I don't need any tape, and it just cuts out perfectly each time. So I'm going to run this through the die cut machine, and I will be back. So now that I have it all cut out, you can see it cut all of my little shelves right out. And I save these pieces, especially the wood grain pieces, because you can use those on other projects. So I'm going to cut out a few more of these just so it can give me a little bit of depth and a little bit of dimension to my bookmark and a little bit of sturdiness, because I mean the paper's not like super thick, but it's not super thin either. So I'm going to cut those out, and then I'll show you all the little pieces that I kind of cut out to put with them. I also picked up the Little Woodland library dies. It was dies, stencils, and stamps. And you can see I've kind of already put some of them into my little folder. But I'm going to be adding a few of these little characters onto the bookmark. So I have cut this out again, and I cut it 3 more times. But and I also save all the white pieces that come out of the die. So what I'm going to do, and I noticed this on my first time that I made this, was that when I stacked everything together, you could still see the white around it. So I'm going to take one of my black markers, one of my black alcohol markers, doesn't matter which one, and I'm going to go through, and I'm just going to do this right on my desk and just kind of go around, and I'm going to hit everything that I feel like is going to show through on my finished bookmark. So it's really easy to do. I'm going to have a video posted shortly of I'm bringing back my autoimmune hop. I really enjoyed doing that. It seemed like a lot of people enjoyed participating in that. I'm going to see who would like to participate. Like I said, I'm going to do a separate video on it. So that way I can kind of keep track. I will also have a Google form linked in that video. So if you'd like to participate in the hop, all the details of the hop will be in there. Years past, I've had some fantastic sponsors. I've had Lawn Fawn, Gina K, Pink and Maine. It really is a good hop to bring awareness to other autoimmune diseases out there. And of course, with my Crafty Friends encouragement, Michelle and Marie, which I will link their channels down below too. If you guys have not watched them, go watch them. They have some great videos that they post all the time. You know, I'm just now getting back into it, so I have older videos posted. Back to this real quick. The good thing about using this alcohol marker on my glass mat is that I can easily wipe it off. I'm not super concerned about it being perfect. I just don't want to see those white marks, and I think it's going to give my my bookmark a little bit more dimension, a little bit more interest, and it kind of shadows back those pieces. Now, I will cut a solid solid background to the bookmark because you have to have something to anchor it onto. So I will cut another just solid piece, probably out of the wood grain, only because I want it to be cohesive with you know, the front of it. So I probably will use that same wood grain cardstock, and that's from Brutus Monroe. I've had it forever. I'm a paper hoarder. If I like a paper, I will hoard it, and I need to start using them. So that's what I've been trying to do, especially with the Concord and 9th videos, is use up all my scraps, use up papers that I wouldn't normally use because, again, I'm a paper hoarder. And if I like a paper, I don't want to use it on anything. Have you guys had like that same kind of experience where you have one certain paper that you really love that, you know, you don't want to even give it out. You don't want to make anything with it. You just kind of want to sit and look at it. So I'm going to finish this up, cut the background out, and I will be back with you guys so we can put this all together. So before I cut out the backer to my bookmark, I'm going to go back in with that scorched timber, and I'm going to really darken this up quite a bit. Only really in the areas, now I just started where I wasn't supposed to, but I'm so used to blending. I really want the squares in the background to like really have that dimension. And you're really only going to see this through the squares that were cut out previously. I really like this scorched timber. I finally got my hands on all of the rest of the new distress oxides and distress inks that he released. I feel like I'm not missing any right now. So I have the scorched timber, lost shadow, and lumberjack red, or lumberjack plaid, which I really am happy with that one. That was a red that was much needed in his collection. Also with the gray, I really am glad that he brought out another gray. So I'm going to do the exact same thing I did with the front part of my bookmark with this one, except for this time I'm not adding that window layer for any of the shelves. So I'm going to cut this out. So yeah, you just want to just do that whole background just with the solid stitch die. So now that I have all my pieces for the bookmark itself cut out, I'm going to go ahead and put those together. It's super easy. I'm just going to glue all three of these, and I do use liquid adhesive to glue all these together because I do want them to be really strong. So as you can see in this one, you can see all that white paper that I cut to make it a little bit stronger. And now you'll just see the black, which is nice because it really just adds, I feel like it just adds a little bit more dimension to it. And then I'm going to show you guys all the pieces that I cut out for this. When I start die cutting, I really go to town and just die cut everything. So I'm going to get this glued together. Talk about the hop just a little bit more. I really enjoyed creating that hop. I would love to have more people participate in it. Again, that will be another video, but I just want to keep talking about it so it's on everybody's mind. Now, March is Autoimmune Awareness Month, so I don't know if it's going to be in March exactly, or if I might do it at the end of February. My kids are getting ready to, my kids will be going to Texas at the end of February, so I don't know if I'll be too stressed to do anything at that time or not. But I really would love to get more people to participate and you know, just be a part of it. So see here, you can see some of the pieces where I didn't catch the marker, and that's okay because I can go right back in with that marker. And like I said, I'm just using a black alcohol marker, and I'm just going to go in and catch those little pieces that I missed, that I didn't quite see when I was first doing it. And it's good to do it at an angle because then you can really see where you've missed with your marker. So, like I said, if you were interested, just stay tuned. I will be having more info posted. You know, Michelle and Marie have really encouraged me to kind of get back into YouTube and start putting my stuff back out there. It's very nerve-wracking when you feel like you're doing everything that you can do and you just feel like sometimes it's, you know, not enough, or you know, you're not good enough. And don't feel like that ever. You're always good enough. Just because you don't have every single tool does not mean that you are not good enough to be on here making videos. I don't have every single tool. Would I love to? Yeah, who wouldn't? But I'm not going to base my YouTube experience and what I bring to you guys based on what other people have. I'm going to show you the things that I have. And, you know, sometimes you just have to make your stuff work. Like, I can't afford to always be buying new stamp sets, and I got lucky at Christmas because it was Christmas time that I was able to pick up a couple things that normally I wouldn't. I'd be like, oh, I can wait for it, or, you know, it's not that important, or I have other things that are more pressing that need to be taken care of. So now you can see this is a little bit thicker. I did go ahead and finish out that where I missed with my black marker. So before I glue everything down to my base, I am going to go ahead and attach the front part of my bookmark, just because I want to make sure everything is lined up when I get it, you know, when I situate it on there. So, yes, the autoimmune hop will be, I'm going to try to post that this week. I may show my face, I may not show my face. It's more nerve-wracking, I feel like, to show your face than it is to show your hands. I did TikTok until TikTok, you know, left, which is fine. And even still then, it was very hard to show my face. And that's just a matter of confidence. And that's on me, not on anybody else. Nobody has ever made me feel like I wasn't good enough to show my face. It's a confidence thing. So I'm slowly working my way back up to where I was. Now you can see it didn't line up completely, which again is totally fine. Because now when I lay it down, I'm going to have like these little marks on my bookshelf where you can, you know, where it gives it a little bit more depth. So it looks like it's a little deeper than really what it is. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this down, and then I will be right back. So because there's so many layers and so much glue, I do lay down a heavy stamp block on top of it just to keep it flat and have everything, you know, situate like it's supposed to. So some of the images I've cut out are these little plants. Let me zoom in. So I've got these little plants here, and I'm sorry if it seems so dark. It's snowing here right now in Ohio, and the weather just has not been cooperating very well. So I have some of these little plants. I have a couple of these little lights. Now, what I like about these little lights is it comes in two pieces. So you have the bulb, and then you have the lampshade. So here's one that I put together, and I'll show you the ones that I've die cut out. Like I said, when I start die cutting, I really die cut. So there are the little plants. Here's all my little lights. Obviously, not all of them are going on this card, or this bookmark. I'm so used to making cards. There's all my little floral pieces. Some more little vases. And for the vases, what I did was I just took my Olo markers and just went on a scrap piece of paper and just started scribbling things out. I can add dimension later if I want to. Add little pieces. You know, make it my own. And that's what everybody should be doing. Make it your own. Make it something you enjoy doing. And then here's all my little books. So I'm going to show you guys. Let me pick one out this color. I really like this color. I don't even know which marker it was from. There's a little slit in it. A very tiny, sorry, let me find my camera. A very tiny little slit in there where you can slide your little plant right in. Now look, I'm not gonna be able to do this because I'm doing it on camera. Sometimes you need to make the hole a little bit bigger. I usually just grab a pair of my reverse tweezers and I'll just kind of like move it along, just kind of make a little bit more room. And then I could take my little piece and then pop it right in there. So now you can see you just have your little plant that you can put anywhere in your little bookshelf. And I will add a little dot of glue to the back of this, which this one looks like it already has. Nope, just kidding. It's just the marker coming through. You can add that in there. I think you can add, yeah, you can add more than one, but it just kind of takes away from that one if you add more. But you can add any little greenery pieces that you guys have to this. So, and then here's the books, and they all have these like little indentations, little embossed lines where you can add anything you want to add. And then of course the leaves and the little plants. So I did add those little plants together. I couldn't help it. After I did it, I had to put them together. And I just, like I said, added a little dot of glue to the back, and then now it's good to go. So let me check on my bookmark here. And she seems to be good to go. So let's get started adding all of our pieces. This is the part that I love the most, is decorating my bookshelf. My bookshelf right now is full of mostly dark books, the covers, and it's a nice little variety. So what I like to do is just kind of place everything in. Let me scoot up here a little bit. Just kind of see where I want things. I try to do different layers and stacks of books in here, just because I think it's more interesting when it's not just the same height of book or the same, you know, color tone. I do try to mix up the color tones quite a bit. And I just love these little books. So yeah, if you want to be a part of the autoimmune hop, just let me know. Like I said, I'm going to be working on a Google form. So if you'd like to sign up, it will be there. I'll have everything posted and linked. I did add my link tree to my YouTube channel. So if you haven't already done so before, you know, make sure you like and subscribe. Like I said, I'm really getting back into it, so I want to engage with everybody. I try to answer all my comments. I try to, you know, engage with everybody. Okay, so now I have these kind of placed where I want them to be, and I'm going to go ahead and glue them down. I've not tried laminating these yet. I really want to, but I also don't want to ruin my laminator or my project. So the only other thing that I'm going to do is just add a little bit of glitter pen to the light bulb itself, just to add a little bit more shine to it. I thought about adding it to the books, but I kind of like them matte as they are. And maybe a few white gel pen, you know, add-ons here. So I'm going to start gluing these back, and we will be right back. Okay, so now that I'm done gluing everything in place, I'm going to go ahead and take my Spectrum Noir glitter marker. Now, I had the Midas Touch one, which I believe was tonic, and I cannot find that one for the life of me. So I'm just going to add a little bit there, and I think I'm going to, yeah, I'm just going to add a little bit to the little vase, because I just can't help it. Plus, who doesn't like a little glitter? So when that dries, I will add a little bit of white gel pen detail. So let me zoom out for you guys. So this is the finished bookmark. Now I did not add the little critters like I wanted to, but I kind of like it like this. So here's the first one I made, and then here's the one that we just made today. So let me know if you guys have used any of these products, if you have any of them, what you think about it. And stay tuned for the autoimmune hop info. And until then, have a great day, guys.